Good morning, family. Had a profound revelation. I think it's profound, at least last night, thinking about the difference between structure and process. I've always valued structure, right? Even to the extent of routine. You know when to be somewhere. We think about school. When does the bell ring? You know what to do at certain times. You know what the dress code might be or what's expected of you in certain circumstances, right? You know what the boundaries are, right? And so within structure, it's always cool to just show up and be me. And for the first half of my life, that worked really well, just to show up and just be myself within the structure, right? Whatever came to mind, whatever creativity, whatever wittiness, idea I had, I just went and did it. But as you get older, as I got older at least, and as I went and tackled the marketplace, just showing up wasn't enough. You really had to have the process. And I took various steps as they came to mind and as they felt like the right thing to do or seemed like the right thing to do. But certainly had to trust God in his process, not understanding his process. And that's really uncomfortable, right? The process is really uncomfortable. The process is where growth happens. The process is where discipline happens. So yeah, there's structure even within the marketplace. There's structure, right? There's structure in terms of, how you're going to sell, how you're going to finance, how you're going to hire, how you might have to fire, how you're going to scale your company, how you might have to downsize your company. I've done both. And so, process, there's pain in process. James 1 tells us to count it all joy in the first chapter of James when you're suffering. I think Romans 5 also speaks to some of this as well, that we have to learn how to endure to get to the hope that there's going to be a positive outcome for us, that we're actually going to be able to take territory in the marketplace, that we're actually going to be able to accomplish something that's going to bear fruit in our lives and in the lives of the people we are called to serve in the marketplace. So it's not easy to take territory. So yeah, there's structure, right? There's boundaries, but there's a process. There's truly a process for how you are going to be able to dominate in the marketplace, how you're going to be able to serve the people you're called to serve in the marketplace. And it is painfully uncomfortable, but that's where the growth happens. So I just want to encourage business owners today. I want to encourage leaders today, lean into the process. We all like structure, right? We all feel good with some predictability and structure, but the process often is woefully unpredictable, especially when you're in the beginning stages of creating the process, right? Of identifying what the process needs to be. And so find your accountability partners, lean in to what you're called to do, lean into the process. Even if you're a visionary and a dreamer and an idea person like me, I know it's hard. I'm here to help. If you need me, hit me up. But lean into the process. That's where growth is going to happen. Have a great day.